They called the race. The people have won today.
Yes.
My colleagues, my Republican colleagues, Speaker Cameron Sexton, are in the find out portion.
Yes.
Yes. They messed around, now they gotta find out.
Yes.
Today's election is a reminder that their attacks on democracy will not happen unchallenged.
Yes.
The people of District 52 have sent an overwhelming message, a mandate to my Republican colleagues that we're gonna stand up and fight back.
That was Tennessee State Representative Justin Jones, who, along with his colleague Justin J. Pearson, won back his seat in a special election on Thursday. Jones and Pearson were expelled in April after leading gun reform chants on the floor of the State House, days after a shooter murdered 6 people, including children, at a Nashville area school. Their white colleague leading the chants with them, Gloria Johnson, was not expelled. Johnson and Jones were both stripped of their committees. Pearson didn't have any at the time. But unlike Jones, Gloria Johnson got hers back a few days later. Now that he's won back his seat, Jones is asking for his committee assignments back ahead of a special session starting in 2 weeks that will address gun control. Former Attorney General Eric Holder is representing Jones and wrote this to Tennessee's Republican House Speaker, quote, "It is critical that Representative Jones, whose voice and leadership on issues of school safety and gun control have been recognized throughout Tennessee and the nation, participate in his committees in this important debate." State Representative Justin Jones joins me now. Representative Jones, so let's just update ourselves as of tonight. The letter that Eric Holder wrote on your behalf gave a deadline of Friday for the Speaker to respond. Have you gotten any response from the Speaker's office so far?
Hi, Joy. Thank you so much for having me. We have not gotten a response from the Speaker. The Speaker continues to delay and deflect from obeying the will of 77% of my district, a clear mandate of response to what happened to our expulsion. But we know that whether it's the Montgomery waterfront or the legislature of Tennessee, we are in the find out portion of our move. This letting him that I intend to serve on my committees, to be a full representative for my district, who represented me to speak with their mandate for common sense gun laws in the upcoming special session on August 21st.
And when you were expelled and your committees were taken, what was the criteria? We have the letter that was sent to you, kicking you off your committees. What was the criteria for you being restored to your committees at that time?
There was no criteria. The Speaker, Cameron Sexton, operates like he is a king. He took me off my committees with all it said was you're removed from your committees, gave no reason, gave no type of process to redress this grievance, to repair it. And so we don't know what the process is. We have people like Cameron Sexton, these wannabe dictators who just believe that they don't have any type of system or accountability that they should operate by. And so we don't know. This is very unprecedented. And so we hope that he'll respond by the deadline given. Otherwise, we'll continue to press in other ways, looking at the courts and looking at other means of redress.
Now, we realize that the three of you were all, involved in this protest, but it definitely feels like Speaker Sexton has a very personal vitriol toward you. Am I reading that correctly? There was a lot of money spent to try to not let you win your seat back. It does feel like a lot of this is you directed. Do you perceive it that way?
Well, in this race, I was the only one with a Republican opponent, and so most of my Republican colleagues gave max contributions. They sent out a mailer calling me a lawbreaker with a picture of me being arrested for protesting racial injustice. They wrote op-eds. They targeted me. The Fraternal Order of Police came out against me. But we know that people power won. What they're really afraid of is that, I come from organizing for over a decade. I've been at the Capitol as a part of a multiracial, multi-generational movement trying to change our state, and they're afraid of that. But they're on notice now that, Republicans, anytime they don't get their way, they retaliate. We see what Sexton's doing. We see what Trump's doing. We see this very weak fragility of white supremacy. But what they don't know is that we also stand in the legacy of liberation, that we're going to resist them, that we're going to speak truth to power, and we're moving from this idea of the audacity to hope for some audacity. We're going to be bold and clear in pushing against these extremists and, standing clear like we saw the folks did in Montgomery. So,
what do you want to see happen at this special session about gun reform in 2 weeks?
This special session we hope that the voices of Tennesseans will be heard. Over 70% of Tennesseans, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, are calling for universal background checks, safe storage, a ban on high-capacity magazines, and assault weapons. So we're hoping that the governor will have some courage. He released his proclamation today. It was very weak, but he needs to stand and keep his promise to covenant families. That we're going to pass laws that protect kids and not guns. That we're not going to put our children's lives for sale to the NRA and the Tennessee Farms Association. So we hope that Speaker Sexton will not obstruct democracy once again, but that he'll listen to the people and allow the process of democracy to play out and not try to intimidate his members from voting on common sense gun laws. And I hope that my Republican colleagues will act, because their cowardice is killing us. It's killing our children. It's making us live in this war zone in our communities. And so I hope that they have courage to act, not just for this generation, but for the generations who are looking to us to lead in this moment.
Briefly, what will happen if you do not get a response by Friday?
Then there will be a next step, and we will look at redress through other means, whether that is legal means through the courts, whether that is going to these committees and forcing a response as to why can I not speak as an equal member in this body. I was elected just like every other member. In fact, I was elected twice already, and even though I've only served for less than a year. And so we hope that the speaker will do his job and restore my committees, because it's not about me, but it's about the people of my district who send a clear message that they want the voice of our district heard, and that the speaker does not speak for us. And so I hope to serve as an equal member.
I would love to have you back, Representative Jones. I want to talk more about, at some point, what is happening to Nashville and this attempt to take it over, which we know was a part of the story as well, but we'll have to save that for another time. Tennessee State Representative Justin Jones, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Joy.